Listen closely, not because I'm loud, because what I'm about to say only works if you're paying attention. You felt it before, didn't you? That moment when the room shifts, when eyes stop blinking, when the noise drops, and something colder replaces it. That's not fear. That's recognition. That's the second they realize you're not playing by their rules anymore. They laughed first. They always do. Because laughter is how weak systems defend themselves from what they can't predict. You noticed it early, how the world smiles when you stay small, how applause disappears the second you move with intent. You noticed how praise comes cheap when you're harmless, and how silence shows up the moment you stop explaining yourself. That silence? That's the first tell. That's the shadow sliding across the room. That's the slow zoom on a half-lit face when everyone else is still pretending nothing changed. Here's the hidden rule nobody says out loud. The moment you stop asking for permission, the game changes. And most people never make it past that moment because they confuse darkness with chaos. They think power is noise. They think dominance is volume. They think intensity means losing control. Wrong. Dark isn't rage. Dark is strategic. You don't explode. You compress. You don't shout. You sharpen. You don't rush. You wait until the timing feels unfair to everyone else. They laughed because you were quiet. They froze because you stayed calm. You see, calm is armor, not the kind you show off, the kind that absorbs impact and gives nothing back. When you move calm, the room can't read you. When they can't read you, they can't plan against you. And when they can't plan, they panic quietly. That's when the jokes stop landing. That's when conversations pause when you enter. That's when your name starts traveling without you. Silence is a weapon, not silence born from fear. Silence chosen with intent. The kind that lets other people reveal themselves while you take notes. The kind that turns their own momentum against them. The kind that makes them fill the space with mistakes. You ever notice how predators don't chase until the angle is perfect? The beast steps back before precision. That step back isn't weakness. It's calibration. It's patience with teeth. They called you the black sheep because you didn't follow the noise. Because you didn't clap on cue. Because you didn't flinch when approval disappeared. What they didn't realize is that isolation is a forge. Pressure doesn't break you when you understand what it's for. Pressure burns off the excess, leaves only what matters. So while they were laughing, you were learning. While they were posting, you were positioning. While they were reacting, you were building leverage. And leverage doesn't announce itself. It just changes outcomes. Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. When you stop seeking validation, people start seeking explanations. They wonder what you know. They wonder who's backing you. They wonder what you're planning. You're not planning anything flashy. You're planning consistency. You're planning inevitability. That's God mode. Not invincibility, but inevitability. The kind where results keep showing up even when you don't. The kind where your calm outlasts their chaos. The kind where your silence rewrites the hierarchy. Notice the pattern. Tension, then release, then tension again. You let them get comfortable. You let them underestimate. You let the laughter echo just long enough to become a liability. Then you move, not fast, not loud, accurate, clean, unavoidable. That's when faces change. That's when voices lower. That's when the room remembers you. You didn't become darker. You became precise. You didn't lose empathy. You stopped bleeding it into people who never earned it. You didn't turn cold. You turned focused. And focus is terrifying to anyone still addicted to noise. Here's the transformation they never see coming. You stop reacting emotionally, and suddenly emotions react to you. You stop explaining yourself, and suddenly your actions speak in a language nobody can interrupt. You stop chasing outcomes, and outcomes start chasing your discipline. That's when they freeze. Not because you threatened them, but because you outgrew their frame. So take this with you. 3 things. Burn them in, the rule. Silence is a weapon when paired with action. The mindset shift. Calm is armor. Wear it before the battle starts. The principle. The beast steps back before precision, always. They laughed. You learned. They froze because you arrived inevitable. And if you felt this land, good. There's more coming. Stay sharp. Stay unreadable. They don't talk about what happens after the freeze. After the silence stretches so long it starts answering questions by itself. That's when the real shift begins. Not outside you, inside you. You start to feel lighter. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped carrying what was never yours. Other people's doubt, other people's timelines, other people's need to see you coming. You let it all drop. And suddenly your steps don't echo anymore. Suddenly you move without friction. Here's the quiet upgrade nobody warns you about. When you stop needing recognition, you gain invisibility. And invisibility isn't hiding, it's freedom of movement. You can walk through rooms without triggering alarms. You can test limits without broadcasting intent. You can fail in private and win in public. That's why they get nervous. They can't track you. They can't predict you. They can't label you fast enough to feel safe. Most people are loud because they're trying to be seen. You're quiet because you're already felt. Understand this. Discipline looks boring from the outside. Repetition looks small. Consistency looks slow. But underneath that calm surface is pressure stacking, day after day, choice after choice. No applause, no shortcuts, just alignment. And alignment, that's when life starts cooperating in ways that look like luck to people who weren't there for the work. They'll say you changed. They'll say you got distant. They'll say you're hard to read now. Good. You didn't change. You refined. You didn't get distant. You got selective. You didn't become hard to read. You stopped narrating your moves. This is where the black sheep stops reacting to the farm and starts owning the terrain. You realize something dangerous. You don't need to dominate anyone. You just need to be unshakable. Because unshakable energy rearranges rooms without touching anything. Conversations bend around it. Opinions soften around it. Challenges hesitate before approaching it. That's God mode, when effort drops and impact rises. And here's the part that separates the temporary from the permanent. You don't rush the reveal. You let results speak when they're undeniable. You let them connect the dots too late. You let them remember the laughter in reverse. Because timing is respect, and you respect yourself too much to arrive early. So keep doing this. Move quiet. Think long. Train patience like it's a muscle. Let your calm stay louder than their chaos. You're not here to impress. You're here to endure, and endurance always wins in the end. They don't clap when they start watching. They don't comment. They don't interrupt. They study. That's the final phase. When noise turns into attention, when mockery turns into surveillance, when the same people who doubted you start tracking your moves like there's something to learn or something to fear missing. This is where most people break their own momentum. They feel seen and suddenly want to perform. They feel watched and suddenly want to explain. They feel powerful and suddenly want to prove it. Don't. This is where discipline becomes identity. You don't speed up because eyes are on you. You don't slow down to make anyone comfortable. You don't pivot to please curiosity. You stay exact. Because consistency under observation is dominance without aggression. It tells the world something without saying a word. This wasn't luck. This wasn't emotion. This is who I am now. You understand the deeper truth now. Power doesn't need to announce itself. Power doesn't need witnesses. Power doesn't need permission. It just keeps showing up, unchanged. The reason they're silent isn't confusion anymore. It's calculation. They're trying to decide where you fit in their mental hierarchy and realizing you don't. You've exited the comparison game. You're no longer reacting to pressure. You're setting pace. You're no longer chasing outcomes. You're creating gravity. You're no longer proving strength. You're conserving it. And conservation is the final upgrade. Because anyone can burn hot for a moment. Only a few can burn controlled for years. This is why calm stays undefeated. Calm doesn't leak energy. Calm doesn't reveal intent. Calm lets others exhaust themselves guessing. Silence is still a weapon, but now it's paired with presence. Calm is still armor, but now it's second skin. And the beast. The beast doesn't step back anymore. It moves only when precision guarantees outcome. Here's what you walk away with. Lock it in. The rule: never interrupt your own momentum to satisfy someone else's curiosity. The mindset shift: power grows fastest when you stop trying to look powerful. The principle: stay exact long enough, and the world adjusts around you. They laughed, they froze, now they watch. And you don't look back.